Hi, Libra. It's Angela. How are we doing? Happy December. We're kind of late into the month, but I'm determined to at least get a set of readings out for all of you for December. Um, I'll do probably more frequent readings in 2023. This year just got a little bogged down in the third and the fourth quarter. Um, so a little bit of housekeeping. In a month, or actually in just a few weeks, we're going to be along with Maria Milano. You've seen her on some of the videos I've been posting in my weekly intention readings playlist. And Maria is from Integral Bloom. It's her company, and we are co-hosting a vision course called Bloom Your Vision, and it's starting in January, and it goes for like 7 sessions. This is more than just making a vision board. Oh, I want this, cut and paste. There's a soul work being done as well. I'll put the link in this video so you can learn all about it. It would be great to see some of you there. All right, and now let's get to your reading. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's a soul guidance reading. This is inner work. This is, depending on where you are in your own path and your own spiritual growth. Some of these concepts are old news to you, but maybe just a refresher and maybe a new specific set of things to focus on as you elevate your own soul. Some people are in a different space and maybe just beginning to learn how much they can really depend on their own inner being to move forward. So we like to keep these kind of general, but they're also can prove to be very deep if you're open to receiving the guidance. And I pull one oracle card, and then we do a spread of Zen Tarot cards to get us more details on that topic. And the oracle card that I'm pulling is coming from this deck this time, the Goddess Dream Oracle. And for you, Libra, I pulled Letting Go. Emotional release. This may be not as easy for some of you as it seems, because of the strong, the obvious mental capacity that you have as a Libra air sign. It's very the scales, it's very a lot of thoughts, and maybe we don't always tap into our feelings. Maybe we don't always make that connection and feel things deeply. But fear not, you are human, just like many of us. But this is a time, and it's also a time of year, where with the holidays and things kind of slowing down and coming to a close, as according to the calendar, coming to a close and preparing for a fresh start, this release, it's important to leave stuff behind, especially in a transition time like this. It's important that we don't kind of this thing is deep within me, and it hurt me, and it doesn't hurt as much, but you still kind of let it hang around, right? It'll still come up in conversations if it's something, a source of pain, but that real release and that real letting go, it's a perfect time for that, to really let some of this stuff, because it lightens your load as you move into the new months and the new year. So let's look and see what the Zen cards say as far as your work on emotional release, letting go. Okay, so here we have, this is a tree spread. These are 2 sets of branches and a trunk. And we start here on this lower set of branches, and then we move down to the roots, and we make sure that our roots are healthy in order to facilitate growth and bring us to a higher level of awareness. So that's the path. We start here with letting go. Okay. All right. Okay, someone's trying to tell you something, right, Libra? So, and this is also, this card is showing a lot of flow, and she's in the ocean. It's a water card. It's emotional. This is also a water sign in the Zen Tarot. This is like the cups in traditional tarot. And, it's got water imagery as well, the droplets falling from the leaf and just allowing it to fall away. It's interesting how when we can tell ourselves, let it go, let that go. And then in our minds, some of us, but I'm guessing that it's not just me, in our minds, we start to wrestle with, oh, how can I let it go? And what can I, how can I justify it? Or what steps can I take? We start to wrestle with it instead of getting deeper into the feeling, which is the path to letting it wash away. And we tend to, not really allow ourselves to do that because we have things to do. I don't want to get all sad right now, But like I said, with this time of year, things are slowing down. It's a perfect time to do a little bit of inner excavation and, dive deeper into some maybe older emotions that are there that we can really release, feel, cry, scream, and release. Okay. So that's beautiful because the message is very clear. It's a perfect timing for this. Internally within you, the energy that supports this letting go supports it or is backed by it is control. This is where your mental comes back in, right? Within you know that the one way to move through it is to feel it through. I mean, it's one way, but it's also a very effective way to feel it all the way and let it flow away. But internally, it's kind of hard. There's still this little corner of you that wants to, not lose control, not let all those emotions out, and just try to manufacture a way with your mental acuity to move through it with, thoughts and plans and charts and outlines, or even just in communicating it. But the one true way and the surefire way to release is to feel it all the way. But internally, you're still gripping to a possibility that maybe I could just hold it in. And then in your external world, what does that result in? More sorrow, more sadness, because you're not aligned with your feelings. You're not letting them be felt. So, we rely on our minds for certain things, but not for this, not for, learning how to let go of things that harmed our heart. Yeah, interesting. That emotion card is surrounded by 2 mind cards, and even just, it looks like a Libra, right? Here's the emotions. It's the root of who we are. And then here's the 2 scales up here that are, practical and decisive, or whatever, the mental energy. It's kind of interesting that you're surrounded by it. But the root of who all of us are is a heart and a soul and emotions. That's where the root of who we are. That's where our love is. That's where, that's where it all begins. So we can use our minds for certain things, but not for this, not for the letting go. We'll end up stuck. We'll end up in this loop, right? Oh, I wish I could let it go, but my mind wants to hang on. And what is that going to result in? Sorrow. Oh, I wish I could let it go, though. I feel so sad, right? It's just a loop. So now how do we break the loop? What is this card here? This is the pivot. This is the key to getting yourself to a higher perspective. And I'm sorry, but what do we get? Feel it deeper, even deeper, right? This is another water card. It's funny how she's rooting. She's rooted underneath this, release card, being able to let go. And the path to being able to release it is to feel it more, right? She's turned in, she's meditating, and there's this imagery of water again. She's going deep, and she's allowing that depth of emotion. She's not attaching herself to it, but going, she's tuning into it and discovering it down there, way deep inside her. These little figures here that are haunting her around her mind are kind of like your previous mental cards. It's control and sorrow. It's why can't I, just control it that way? Why can't I just deal with it this way with my mind? But it doesn't work. It's the depth of feeling that helps this release come through. I love that. That's beautiful. All right, now let's see, now that we've come to that awareness and maybe even practiced some deeper tuning in and feeling things through, we end up with another emotion card, another water card of healing. Now we end up with this card is so much brighter, right? Than, like even the letting go card has a darkness to it because we're burdened by some heavy feelings. But by digging deeper, another darkness card, getting down into the depth of those feelings, what does that bring us? Alignment, right? Mind, heart, and soul. Mind, body, spirit, however you want that, you're aligned and your heart chakra is lit up the most. You're in tune. You've released, and now you feel aligned and lighter. This is not the path to get there, right? The control had nothing to do with the healing. Internally, the card that supports this card of healing is the Lovers. And for you in this reading, Libra, I'm going to take this as a call for, because it's in the internal position, for self-compassion. Even if it took you a little while, to realize what exactly letting go is, which is feeling it deeper and releasing it that way, not up here. You may feel, it's just too hard for me, or I haven't, why didn't I learn this sooner? Once you're in this elevated position, you're knowing that it's bringing the healing, you might kind of think, oh, I should have known, I should have done better than that, or whatever. And that's where this self-compassion comes in. It's like, just be in acceptance of every experience in every moment, whether it took you a long time to learn it or didn't. Just be in that sense of gratitude and love for yourself, that you're still on the path, you're still making your way, you're still trying to improve in every moment. We all are. We all just want to continue to get better, right? In whatever sense that means. If it's our soul, which in these readings, that's what we're covering, we cover that. But in other spaces in your life, you want it to get better, right? You want to, experience more connection, or, have that new home that you've been dreaming of, or go on that trip or whatever. Those things help, in addition to, or in concert with, getting better from a soul's point of view. It all helps, but love yourself for all that you have done on your path thus far, and for your willingness to continue to learn and grow, and your willingness to, sometimes drop the thought train, and feel things, and see, what your outcomes are, and how successful you feel in the letting go is what I mean. And then the final card that I got for you is Maturity. And this is really beautiful. This is showing us that through this, like we just said, through this path that we've taken, and however long it's taken us to get to this place we are now, whatever that is, all of it is brought forth into our future. All of the experiences and all that we've learned, all of our wisdom, we get to carry forward. And that in itself just brings a little more ease on our path. So when the next challenge comes, we have a little more experience, right? We have a little more knowledge about ourselves and how we want to respond, and you know, how much we buy into some of these external situations, what that does within. Does it take us out of our alignment, or does it fuel us and make us feel, you know, even better and better? But the letting go and, you know, taking all that you've learned to this point to help you move through and release old emotions. That's a beautiful, beautiful path to be on. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys one extra card, one little bonus to see what goes with the letting go. Whoops, it got all crooked. There, that's perfect. This reading's turning out to be a really good message. The card I pulled for you is gratitude. So yeah, that's this same vibration of the self-compassion. It's that heart space. It's just every moment, even in the stuff that is hard to get over and painful, show gratitude for it. You know, that pain is just a deeper proof of your aliveness, of your, you know, your engagement in your life and how much you care, and being willing to have that pain be there and show up, but then also allowing it to die off and fade away when it's time. You know, that gets us, that letting go process ends up becoming a lot easier. And one of the keys, one of the ways is gratitude, is to be in gratitude in every moment. You know, what a beautiful experience I've had in this life so far, and how much have I learned, and I can't wait to learn more. That's it. Even if things are hard and need releasing, right? So beautiful message. I love that for you guys. I hope you all have a wonderful holiday, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you next year.